Greetings and welcome to another Deckard Games YouTube thing. Today will be part 3 of our IBM 466DX2/D restoration. In previous videos we've cleaned it very well cleaned, so let's put this thing to work. What the frick is this? What the heck, DOS 7? Someone was screwing around with this. Let's check it out. Nothing. Yeah, it doesn't have anything rather than DOS. Yeah, someone's been messing around with this and I gotta say they left it pretty clean. Yeah. Yeah, just nothing. I got to see that boot screen again, so let's do it. There it is! Awesome! DOS 7.1, what the heck is this? It has all sorts of booting things going on. Let's install DOS 622. Now before we go into Microsoft DOS, let's just install a couple of games to test this thing out because it doesn't have anything. So let's copy a couple of games. Let's copy Sealfeed and Jill of the Jungle and let the floppy drive do its thing. Here it is, Sealfeed, a vertical shooter for DOS, which I find to be very pleasing. And hear those PC speaker sounds. Awesome. Let's play some Jill of the Jungle also, so we have something to compare with. Oh man, the memory is playing Jill of the Jungle. Yeah. So it is what it is, so let's upgrade this lovely IBM with a cd-rom, and in this case we have a few choices. I have this Sony 52 speed, which is an overkill, but it doesn't have any inscriptions at the front, which I like, although it's quite yellow as you can see. We also have this classic Creative 24 speed cd-rom. Man, I love creative things, which is okay. I would love to own a quad speed creative drive, but I don't, so yeah. And we also have this CD recorder, which is a totally overkill, but again, no major inscriptions at the front, which I like, and I find it weird to have branded cd-rom in a IBM PC. And let's see how it looks. The CDR looks okay. The color is more or less there with the case. The creative one, I don't know, man. Again, it's the branding thing, and color-wise, I think it's a little off with the case, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the CDR because of the color and the branding. I think it suits the IBM case. And we are also going to install a wonderful Creative Labs Sound Blaster 16 with a lovely Yamaha OPL chip in it. And the Sound Blaster 16 is an absolute classic, so we have to go with this one. There's no arguing here, so let's put these things inside of our IBM PC. So here it is, our CD recorder. Again, a totally overkill for this machine, but it's not too flashy, no brandings. It'll do for now. Just slide it in place, connect the IDE and power cables. The IDE cable is twisted because of the hard drive being upside down in the case. There we go. And you just secure it in place with 4 screws on the side. Now I will not be able to secure it on the other side because there's a substantial gap between the drive and the metal casing. Normal screws that we use for PCs will not work in this case. I don't know if this should come with mounting rails. We'll have to leave it like this, but it is secured for now. And here it is, our awesome Sound Blaster 16 with the OPL chip in it. And you just plug it into an open ISA slot, which we have all of them. And man, I hate pushing things against the riser card. It always feels like something is going to break. And there we go, it's in place now. And you just secure it in place with the screw. Let's also cover this open expansion bay with this metal thingy so dust doesn't get in. And here we have it, our Sound Blaster 16 and cd-rom both installed. And it's a great upgrade to our classic IBM, so let's get this thing to work. And our IBM is all complete once again, and with some upgrades. We have a cd-rom, a Sound Blaster 16, we also have a pair of speakers to the side, and they are what I had at hand, so it'll do for now. The cd-rom opens, which is a good sign, at least it opens, and closes. Ooh. So the BIOS has detected hardware modifications, which is good. So let's go through some configurations in our BIOS that doesn't like any date beyond the year 2000, whatever. By the way, we also have an IBM mouse now. And let's get straight to it and install Microsoft DOS 6.22. Ah, the classic Microsoft installation wizard. Let's just select the options for Portugal, which is where I am, so I guess that makes sense. And by the way, that DOS 7.1 is created by China DOS Union. It's a compilation of DOS that you will normally find on Windows 98 with some other utilities also. And there we go, DOS 6.22 installed. Let's reboot. Let's start configuring this by creating some directories that I want to, and installing some useful utilities that I think are useful. Utilities like enhanced DOS key and pedit, which is going to replace the edit command. I think it's way better than the regular DOS editor. And let's also install our cd-rom driver. And I use the Toshiba cd-rom driver, which has been working for me for years, so I'm gonna keep doing it. And we just copy it to our DOS directory. And since we have a mouse now, let's also install the driver for it, that being Qt mouse, again by copying it to the DOS directory. You won't see me doing all these things in the video, of course, that would be just boring. Of course, we'll have to configure everything on the autoexec.bat and config.sys, you know, load what's needed, use high memory and everything. Ah, the days of dealing with memory issues on DOS. Awesome. Just awesome. And finally, let's install our Sound Blaster 16 with these two lovely floppy disks. And it's copying all the files needed so things work, which is good. I like when things work. We have our drivers installed, so let's test our Sound Blaster 16. Houston, we have sound. Having sound and everything means time for SimCity 2000, the best PC game ever made. I don't care what you are thinking right now, SimCity 2000 rules, so let's do it. Oh yeah, listen to that. How awesome is that? Jamming with SimCity music. Man, I love this game. Let's start a new city. Man, you gotta love SimCity 2000, designed by Will Wright and published by Maxis in 1993. It's one of the best games ever made, period. I don't think I have sound effects. Focus, dang it. Yeah, no sound effects. Let's turn the music off. Yep, no sound effects. We have to fix that. Let's go into the configuration of SimCity 2000. And Sound Blaster is selected, but it's not detecting it for sound effects, only for music. Oh, and the IRQ is wrong. I remember it from seeing it during the Sound Blaster installation, and there we go. Let's try it again. Load my new city, and yes, we have sound effects now. There we go. Awesome. And it's time to kill some Sims. That's what you gotta do. You know how it is. Yes, one disaster after another. Panic on the streets. Run for your lives. Now it's time for some good old point-and-click adventure with Day of the Tentacle from LucasArts on a lovely plastic cd-rom. This runs directly from the CD, so it's a good opportunity to test it, so let's do it right now. And there we go, classic LucasArts adventure, Maniac Mansion, Day of the Tentacle. I've talked about this game in the past in my channel. If you like adventure games with a constant humor present, you have to play Day of the Tentacle. It's just an awesome and classic adventure game. It's absolutely mandatory.
Okay, we'll spread out commando style. Laverne, you go secure the area behind those double doors.
Man, this is such a great game by Dave Grossman and Tim Schafer, published and developed by LucasArts back in 1993. It's one of the best graphic adventure games ever made. You really gotta play this one.
Aha! A secret passage. This is all too easy.
This is all your fault, Bernard.
Behold, children, the Chronogon!
Doc, can't you just send Bernard?
No, you must all go to increase the odds that one of you will make it there alive. And didn't people ever...
And the time has come for some Apogee, one of the greatest on the PC. And this is Duke Nukem 2. Man, hear that metallic sound, it's just awesome. Super fast game with lots of action. It's Duke Nukem, man, nothing more to say. So, let's take a moment and hear Duke Nukem 2. Man, I could just sit here and play this game for hours and not care about the rest of the video. It's such an addictive game, so awesome. The graphics, the sound, everything is cool about Duke Nukem 2. Let's go back to Jill of the Jungle and compare the PC speaker with the Sound Blaster 16. Oh man, it's night and day. Listen to that. Sounds just like I remember. Just awesome. And you gotta love the clickiness of the Model M in the background that we've cleaned in the last video, and it's just working perfectly. And now more apogee, let's try Raptor. Another vertical shooter on the PC and another good one with great sound. Just listen to this. This is another of those games that I could just play for hours and hours. It's probably my favorite shooter on the PC from that era, of course. It's just an awesome game. Now we will not be able to run Duke Nukem 3D, but let's try it anyway. Ah, dang it, you and your memory shortage. Well, we're going to rock some Duke 3D music, at least. Oh yeah, that's my jam. Listen to that. Duke music. Alright, stop making a fool of yourself. Let's stop it right here. Yes, I'm very pleased with the result on this. We started with a nasty IBM PC and ended up with a nice clean one, and with a cd-rom upgrade and a Sound Blaster 16 that bring all those memories back. This was the golden age of PC gaming. And this concludes our IBM restoration thing. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to watch the first 2 videos on the channel. Subscribing is absolutely mandatory. As always, thank you very much for watching. Until my next video, take care.